my name is Karen and welcome to this practice. Let's start in Shavasana, lying on the back. Take a moment to lengthen your spine and align your neck with your spine. Relax your face. Release the jaw, close down the eyes. Relax the arms by your side with palms turned open. Check the skin is not being pulled in any places. Allow the hips to sink down towards the earth. Relax your legs and allow the feet to fall away from each other. If you feel discomfort in your back, then bend the knees and have all of your back contacting the mat. Take a moment to be aware of the rise and fall of your chest with each inhalation and exhalation. Allowing the breath to be smooth, even and complete without strain. And shift your attention now to the lower belly. You may wish to place your hands there. And as you inhale, allow the belly to swell. And as you exhale, allow the belly to deflate. And if comfortable, pull in a little bit at the end. Inhale, the belly swells, and exhale, the belly deflates. Let's practice 3 more lower abdominal breaths. And at any time during the practice, when the belly is spacious, feel free to adopt lower abdominal breathing, which calms the nervous system. And after the third one, return your arms back by your side. Gently open the eyes. And with your inhalation, raise the arms above you to the floor behind and lengthen in opposite directions. Push through the heels and flex back your toes. And with your exhalation, guide the arms back by your side. Inhale, reach the arms overhead to the floor behind, this time pointing the toes away, really lengthening in opposite directions. And with the exhalation, in time with the breath, the arms move back by your side. With your next inhalation, bend the right knee and clasp the knee with your hands, gently drawing the knee down towards your chest. Relax the shoulders away from your ears, keeping the back of the neck long. And let's circle the right foot in one direction, spreading the toes, free up your foot. And let's circle back in the opposite direction. Back to center, take that right knee out towards the right side and pull the knee up towards the right armpit, keeping the left leg heavy along the mat, the knee and toes pointing up to the sky. Be aware of the openness on one side of your pelvis, feeling the stretch in the groin. With the inhalation, let's bring that knee back up. Exhale, lowering the knee towards the chest, Parivrtta Alanasana. Great detoxifying posture. With your next exhalation, engage your abdominal muscles and raise nose towards knee. And with your inhalation, release the head back and straighten the right leg vertically into the air. Push through the heel and flex back the toes. With your exhalation, guide the leg back to the mat with control. With your next inhalation, bend the left knee. Clasp the knee with your hands and gently draw the knee down towards your chest, Parivrtta Alanasana. And let's circle the left foot, spreading the toes, free up your foot from being bound in shoes. And circle back in the opposite direction. Come back to center. And let's take that knee out towards the left side. Drawing the knee up towards the left armpit, the right leg staying heavy on the mat, knee and toes pointing up to the sky. Take your attention to where you feel a stretch and opening, keeping the shoulders relaxed back away from your ears, the back of the neck comfortably long. With your inhalation, let's lift the knee back up and exhale, drawing it down towards the chest once again. And with your exhalation, pressing the lower back into the mat, raise nose towards knee. And with your inhalation, release the head back and straighten the leg vertically, hugging the muscle into the bone. And with your exhalation, guide the leg back to the mat with control. Let's move in time with the breath. Inhale, bend the right knee, clasp the knee with your hands. Exhale, raise nose towards knee. Inhale, release the head back and straighten the leg vertically, pushing through the heel and flexing back the toes. And exhale, guide the leg back to the mat. Inhale, bend the left knee, clasp the knee with your hands. Exhale, raise nose towards knee. Inhale, releasing the head and straighten the leg. Exhale, lowering the leg in time with the breath. One more round in your own breath rhythm, bringing full attention to movement coordinated with your breath. Inhale, stretch the leg up. Exhale, lower the leg. Inhale, bend the left knee. Exhale, raise nose towards knee. Inhale, releasing the head back. And exhale, lower the leg with control. And feel free to give your legs a good shake. From here, let's hug the knees into the chest and rock forwards and backwards, massaging your back. And let's make our way out to a seated position and take the hands forward for child's pose. So the knees separated, big toes together, sink the way back to your heels, lengthen your spine. This pose is great to practice lower abdominal breathing. You'll notice that you have space for your belly. If you feel any dizziness, you may like to place one fist on top of the other to raise your head to heart level, or you might like to place a block underneath your bottom to give you more support. With your inhalation, let's come up onto all fours and let's circle the torso, just checking in that your wrists are under your shoulders and knees under your hips to begin with. And when you're ready, with the inhalation, let's circle up the right side, bending the elbow, and exhale down the left side. Just letting the body to be fluid. Inhale up one side and exhale down the other side. It's a great way to strengthen the wrists, getting them mobilized. And let's circle back in the opposite direction. Inhale up the left side and exhale down the right side. Feel free to give the body a little twist, stretching out any tightness. So be free in the body, moving in time with your breath. And with your next exhalation, coming back to center and sink back to child's pose. Take a moment to open and close the palms, gently rotating the wrists. Let's return to all fours. And with your inhalation, cow pose, spreading the sitting bones, open the chest, gaze up. Exhale, press into the hands. Arch your back like a cat, bow your head. Inhale, open the body. Exhale, contract. Flexion of the spine, great warm up posture. Coordinate movement with breath. And with your next exhalation, let's curl the toes under and lift back and up into downward facing dog. So take a moment to adjust, spreading your fingers, press the finger pads into the mat. Gently press your chest back towards your legs. You may be on the balls of your feet with your knees bent, that's okay. Or your legs may be straighter but the heel's not quite touching, that's also okay. Just letting the head hang between the arms. And from here, let's walk up to the hands, feet parallel. Cradle the elbows in your hands, feel free to bend the knees. Uttanasana, forward bend. Directing the crown of the head to the floor, sitting bones to the sky. Emptying the mind of any perceived burdens or worries. It's a great pose for releasing tension. And let's release the arms, and in your own time, roll up to standing. And when you get there, take your hands to your lower back, lift out from your hips and press the hips forward for a gentle back bend, opening your heart to the sky. And with your inhalation, come up into a standing position, Tadasana. So let's stand at the top of our mat in preparation for the sun salutation. I think I'll go up this end. Give me a bit more space. Ground into your feet, feel the full points of each foot, really grounded. Spread your toes, engage your leg muscles, the tailbone down and under just a little, lengthen up from your spine. Spreading your arms and fingers, the heart space open. Feel like you're being pulled up from your crown, your chin parallel to the floor, gaze at eye level, the belly gently drawn back and up towards your spine. With your inhalation, let's take the arms up, perhaps looking up. Exhale, swan dive, hinge from your hips. Inhale, look forward, Adho Uttanasana, nice long spine, hands to the shins or to the floor. And with your exhalation, let's step the right leg back to the lunge. Step back to plank pose. High push-up position, the body on one plane. For more support, feel free to lower to the knees. Inhale at the top and exhale, move the body forward and lower all the way to the floor. Uncurl your toes, lengthen your tailbone towards your heels. Inhale, curl the upper back for cobra, keeping the elbows hugged in. Exhale, curl the toes under. Press up and back into downward facing dog. Perhaps you transition to your knees first. Do what feels right for your body today. Pausing here for a few breaths. If you need to modify, feel free to do that. Your breath is your gauge throughout your practice. Ensure that you listen and tune into your breath, making sure there's steadiness and ease, and if not, modify the practice. So let's bend the knees, look between the hands, either step or jump to the top. Inhale, look forward, Adho Uttanasana, nice long spine. Exhale, forward back in, feel free to bend the knees, bowing the head. Inhale, let's rise. Reaching for the sky, perhaps press your hips forward, lifting up from your hips. And with your exhalation, lower your hands to your heart. Inhale, float your arms up. Exhale, fold at your hips. Feel free to bend the knees. Inhale, look forward, Adho Uttanasana. Exhale, let's take the left leg back this time. Changing sides. Step back to plank pose. Inhale at the top. And exhale, move the body forward and lower. Engage your abdominal muscles as you lower with control. Take a moment to lengthen your lower back. Uncurl toes. Inhale, cobra. Shoulders drawn back. Curl the toes under. Press up and back into downward facing dog. So we're flowing through sun salutation A. Warming the body. It's a great cardiovascular exercise. Getting the heart beating a little bit faster. Sending fresh oxygenated blood throughout the body. And let's bend the knees. Look between the hands, either step or jump to the top. Inhale, look forward, Adho Uttanasana. Exhale, folding in, letting go. Inhale, let's rise to standing. Perhaps press the hips forward. And exhale, lower the hands to your heart. So from here, let's take a step back and come to temple pose or horse pose in the legs. So the feet are splayed and we're going to bend the knees in the direction of the toes, keeping the tailbone down and under, the belly gently drawn back and up towards your spine. From here, let's take our arms out, expanding. Take an inhalation and lengthen. And with your exhalation, let's take the right arm elbow to the right thigh and bringing the left arm overhead. Turn to look at your right foot, the chin drawing towards the shoulder to lengthen the back of your neck. So staying grounded through both feet. Be aware of the openness on the left side of your body. And with your next inhalation, let's draw up, arms wide, expansive. And with your exhalation, let's take the left elbow to the left leg and bringing the right arm over, turning to look down at the left foot this time. Opening the right side of the body. Activate your pelvic floor muscles and abdominals. Ula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha. Staying strong in your core. Breath flowing with steadiness and ease. And with your next inhalation, let's draw up. Pressing into the feet. Turning the heels out. Taking your hands to your hips. Exhale, fold from your hips. Dropping the hands underneath your shoulders. Let's make sure the feet are splayed again. And with your exhalation, let's bend the knees in the direction of the toes, side to side motion. Inhale, come up to the top. And exhale, bend the other knee. Moving in time with the breath. Stretching the leg muscles. Improving flexibility of the hips. If you'd like to go further, if you feel spaciousness and flexibility, you might like to go into a deeper squat. So with your inhalation, come up to the center. Exhale, come onto the heel of the opposite foot, perhaps changing the position of your hands to give you more support. Inhale, let's draw back up. And exhale, squat to the other side, keeping the spine long. Inhale to center. Exhale, squatting. Taking your time with it, checking in with your body, making any adjustments with your hands or your neck so that you are safely aligned. So let's do one more to each side. And with your inhalation, let's come up to center, turning the heels out. Inhale, look forward, and exhale, let's fold in. Feel free to gently shake and nod the head to relax the neck, making sure there's no tightness. Let the breath flow freely. The gaze is soft, face soft. And with your inhalation, let's walk the hands forward, nice long spine. Exhale, taking the hands to the hips, drawing the belly back. Inhale, let's come back up to standing. So let's walk the feet a little bit closer and turn the right foot out, taking the arms out at shoulder height. With your inhalation, reach through the right arm, Trikonasana. Taking left hand into the air. With your inhalation, really lengthen the spine. With your exhalation, either turn to look down at the foot or look up at the hand. Either way, lower the chin towards your shoulder to lengthen the back of the neck. And with your exhalation, let's turn to our right foot, framing the foot. So we're going to come into lizard pose, so lower the back knee and take the hands to the inside of the right foot. So you might like to keep your arms straight with palms flat, or come down lower, interlacing the fingers and the forearms making contact with the mat. If you need to, slide the back knee back a little bit more to get more of a deeper lunge and hip flexor stretch. And with your exhalation, let's gently come out of the posture taking the leg round and lifting it up into the air. So taking the right leg into the air into three-legged downward dog. Bend at the knee. With your inhalation, roll the right hip open, pressing back through the arms and the hands, and gaze out from under the left armpit. Check in that your back foot, the foot that's grounded, is not turning out to the side. And let's roll that hip down, and with your exhalation, bringing the knee into the chest and bringing the foot through. So let's prepare for the twist. So let's take the right hand to right hip, keeping the hips level. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And with your exhalation, let's turn to the right, turning navel and your heart to the sky, to the side rather. So we're aiming to revolve it to the sky though. So if you'd like to, you can reach right arm into the air, gazing up at the hand. Hug the legs into the midline, the tailbone down and under, engaging your pelvic floor muscles. And with your exhalation, let's release. Walking the hands round to the side, so the outside edge of the feet are parallel once again. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walking the hands back once again. Parivrtta Alanasana, where we were before. Wide-legged forward bend. Relaxing the neck. Finding your breath. All is well. And with your inhalation, let's walk the hands forward. Exhale, take the hands to the hips. With the belly drawn back, inhale, let's rise back up. And this time, let's turn the left foot out, taking the arms out at shoulder height, so we're preparing for the other side. With your inhalation, reach through your left arm, and exhale, take the right hand into the air, Trikonasana. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, either turn to look down or turn to look up, lowering the chin towards your shoulder to lengthen the back of your neck. This is an enlivening posture. Really stretch out your fingers. They're connected to your heart. Allow them to radiate positive, loving energy. With your exhalation, let's windmill the arm down, framing the foot. So let's lower the knee, taking the hands to the inside of the left foot. Lizard pose. So the arms are straight, palms flat, fingers spread, or you might like to come down a little bit further, interlacing the fingers. Pausing here, enjoy the stretch and the opening, giving the body time to release. If you find that your knee starts to flare out, you might like to turn the foot a little so the knee stays in line with the foot. Or rather in line with the ankle. So we try to stack the joints in yoga, so that fortifies the posture. Exhalation, let's come out of the posture, taking the wrists underneath the shoulders. Let's swing that leg round and taking it into the air, left leg into the air, gently pressing the chest towards the leg. Three-legged downward dog, bend the knee and roll the hip open, the left hip open, gazing out from under your left armpit. Checking in that your right foot is not turning out, that it is square. Distribute the weight evenly through the arms and the back foot. With your exhalation, let's roll the hip down, bring the knee into the chest onto the toes of the back foot. Let's step it through in preparation for the twist. So taking the left hand to left hip, hugging into the midline, tailbone down and under. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, let's twist round to the left. Perhaps lifting the left arm into the air, catching a glimpse of the top hand. That's appropriate for your neck, lowering the chin towards your shoulder. With your exhalation, let's take the hand either side of the foot. Stepping forward, inhale, look forward, Pada Uttanasana, nice long spine. Exhale, fold back in, perhaps bend the knees. And with your inhalation, let's rise to standing, leading up with the heart. Pressing the hips forward if appropriate for a back bend. Exhale, lower your hands to your heart. So let's take a balanced pose, tree posture. So send the weight to the right leg and find a focus point to fix your gaze. Turn the left knee to the side and take the foot either to ankle, calf, bypass the knee, or to the inside of the thigh. You might like to turn the foot out in half lotus. I find that helps me to keep the foot there. If I press my foot into my thigh and thigh into my foot, that is how you practice this posture, but I find that it's a little uncomfortable for me, so I prefer this option. So do what feels right for you. Let's take the hands to the heart, grounding into your right foot, lifting up through the crown of the head. And with your inhalation, exalted tree, let's take the arms up, stretching them out like branches of a tree. Balanced poses improve concentration and focus. Some days they're easier than others. So if you fall out, just come straight back in. I invite you to do a variation. So lowering the left hand to left thigh, bringing index finger and thumb together into a mudra. And let's start to lean over to the left, so bringing the right arm by the ear a little overhead. Just noticing that opening on the right side of the body. And with your inhalation, let's bring the arms back up, bringing the hands together, and exhale, lowering the hands to the heart at the same time as lowering the foot. And give your right leg a good shake. Let's shift the weight to the left leg, grounding into your foot. Feel free to keep a little bend in your leg to adjust to your balance. Let's take the knee out to the side and taking the foot to ankle, calf, inside of thigh, so pressing foot into thigh and thigh into foot. In these pants, I prefer to turn my foot out in half lotus to keep my foot secured. So when you're ready, bring your hands together into Anjali Mudra at your heart space. Keep your focus point. And with your inhalation, let's stretch the arms out like branches of a tree. Fingers connected to your heart. Spread them out. Allow spaciousness between the joints. And if you'd like to do a variation, let's lower the right hand to right thigh, bringing index finger and thumb together. And bringing the left arm overhead to create a nice little opening on the left side of the body. And with your inhalation, taking both arms up once again, spreading your fingers, bringing the hands together, and with your exhalation, lowering the hands to your heart at the same time as lowering the foot and giving the left leg a good shake. Wonderful. Let's swing the arms, releasing from a static posture, liberating body and mind, cooling down. Flowing twist. Pummel the kidneys with the back of your hand. From here, let's come back to center. Splaying the feet, let's lower to a squat. So interlacing your fingers in front of you, tailbone down and under, the belly gently drawn back and up towards your spine. With your exhalation, let's start to bend the knees, just coming a little way, perhaps to thigh level. Inhale, coming back up. I invite you to go a little bit lower, but if it feels uncomfortable, then come down to the floor in your own way safely. So particularly if you have any knee issues, then it's not recommended to squat deeply from standing. So with your exhalation, let's go to about knee level. Inhale, coming back up. And with your exhalation, let's go all the way into the squat. Feel free to adjust your feet along the way like I am. So bringing the knees towards each other, the elbows connecting. Lengthen your spine. So the knees are pressing into the elbows. And with your exhalation, let's release. Coming onto your bottom, let's roll down to the floor and take happy baby pose. Bending the knees. Bring the arms up between the legs, catch hold of the outside edge of your feet, and pull the feet up. The knees drop down either side of your torso. Just checking in that your shoulders are relaxed back away from your ears and the back of your neck is comfortably long. Just like a happy baby, enjoy the posture without judgment. Enjoying the moment as babies do. This is a nice way to open the hips. You're fully supported by the earth, so it's a restorative posture as well as a hip opener. Exhalation, release the legs, perhaps giving them a shake. And let's bend the knees, pressing into the feet and take your hips over to the right. Take your arms out at shoulder height. Take your right leg over your left and perhaps hook the foot onto the calf. Take an inhalation, and with your exhalation, allow the knees to fall to the left, making any adjustments to allow spaciousness in your upper back, keeping both shoulder blades contacting the mat. And let's turn to look in the opposite direction, lowering the chin down towards the shoulder to lengthen the back of the neck. And feel free to close down your eyes as you pause in the spinal twist. Going within, being aware of any tightness or tension, sending your healing breath to that part of the body that needs some guidance to relax. If you feel any sharp pain, then adjust. Feel free to come out of the twist and do a version that you feel comfortable with. With your inhalation, let's draw the knees back up, uncrossing the legs, taking the feet flat once again. Lift the hips and take them over to the left. Let's take the left leg over the right, perhaps hooking the foot onto the calf, Parivrtta Alanasana in your legs. Allow spaciousness of the thoracic spine. Take an inhalation. With your exhalation, take the legs over to the right. And turn the head in the opposite direction, lowering the chin towards the shoulder to lengthen the back of your neck, soften your face. Allow lower abdominal breathing, calm the nervous system. Inhalation, let's bring the knees and head back up, uncross the legs, centering your hips once again, Perhaps hugging the knees in and gently rock from side to side to massage your back. And when you're ready, lie in Shavasana, relaxation pose. So although a short practice, always find time to lie in Shavasana for a minute or two, just to allow the body to absorb the practice, reconnecting with your breath. So take a moment to lengthen your spine, align the neck with your spine, relax your arms by your side with palms turned open. Allow the feet to fall away from each other. If you feel discomfort in your back, bend the knees, scooting the tailbone forwards, all of your back contacting the mat. The eyelids just gently close. Allow the eyeballs to sink back to the skull. The teeth unclenched, the tongue heavy in your mouth, lips just touching or slightly apart. Scan your body from top to toe, and if you discover any tightness or tension, use the power of your exhalation to release it. The muscles softened, the joints loosened, the bones heavy, the body melts into the floor. So let's take 2 deeper breaths to awaken the body. Hug the knees into the chest, giving yourself a hug, giving yourself thanks for this time for your yoga practice. Gently rock from side to side. Roll on to the right side and pause for a moment. And when you're ready, make your way up to a comfortable seat. Thank you very much for joining me in this short practice. Let's seal the practice with the sound of Om and Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Shanti means peace in Sanskrit. So the first Shanti is peace for yourself, the second peace for your family, and the third, peace for the world. So let's take an inhalation from the lower belly. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your hands to your heart and bow your head to your heart. Namaste. Have a great day or evening.